Hello and welcome to Rise and Unwind. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week I try to talk to people from across the country about things you can do right here in your neighborhood. And on this week's show, we got this. Do you guys have a way to stop the heartbreaking memories of exes and stuff like that popping up in the little stories that it provides for you? So I'm like, that was a great vacation. Now I'm depressed for an hour. Sorry, guys.
Are tailored and trimmed up accurately. So you probably have a string trimmer or use one on a regular basis, but not a lot of people actually have a blade edger. This looks like a string trimmer, but it uses a blade like this.
The smartest thing you can do is really to pay off any debt. And if you have any money left over after that, well, then you can think about investing in yourself, in your health, and improving your skills, or, which is a smart move, put all that money into a high-yield savings account.
I like it. It's life lessons with James Bell.
Yes, imagine that.
All of that and more right here on Rise and Unwind. You ever find yourself putting off your taxes until like the very last second? You're not alone, because the tax day is creeping up on April 15th, and it might be time to stop hitting that snooze button on the return. So she's here with some expert advice to help you file fast and maybe even snag a bigger refund. We got Lisa Greene-Lewis, a certified public accountant and tax expert with Intuit TurboTax. Welcome to the show, Lisa. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with the big day. All right, why is it a mistake to wait till the last minute to file your taxes?
Well, right now, people may be delaying hearing of IRS layoffs and if and when new tax proposals will be passed. But I want to emphasize that the new tax proposals have not passed and they do not impact your 2024 taxes. And then IRS workers that are essential to processing your return, they were not impacted by the layoffs. And then second, you know, the average refund is over $3,000. So for many people, that's the biggest check they get all year. So they shouldn't delay.
And for those that are racing the clock, what quick tips can you give to help us get through before the deadline?
First, go online and e-file with direct deposit. That's the fastest way to get your refund. And then second, you want to gather all your documents in one place so you don't leave anything out. You want to gather forms that report your income like W-2s and 1099s, and then also forms and receipts that are worth deductions that you could take.
So what are a few things people could do to maximize the refund this year?
There's so many deductions and credits out there, but I want to highlight just some of them. 90% of filers claim the standard deduction, and it was adjusted for inflation. So for tax year 2024, if you're single, it's $14,600. Married filing jointly, it's $29,200. If you could claim head of household, it's $21,900. Then if you're a parent, you can claim the child tax credit up to $2,000 for each of your kids under 17. And then if you took your kids to childcare or even day camp, you can claim the child and dependent care credit up to $1,050 for one child and up to $2,100 for two or more kids. And then the earned income tax credit, the IRS says that every year, 1 out of 5 eligible filers miss this credit, and it's a substantial credit. For a family with 3 kids, it's up to $7,830.
Now, what if someone files and they find out that they owe money? What do you think they should do?
Yes, so just know that if you owe any money, you don't have to pay that until the deadline. And then also IRS, they have installment agreements that allow you to pay what you owe over 6 years.
And for people that are totally feeling like overwhelmed, what are their options of getting a little extra help?
You can go to TurboTax.com. TurboTax makes it easy, and we have 100% accuracy guaranteed, whether you do your taxes yourself or hand your taxes over to our TurboTax Live experts. And we have thousands of experienced TurboTax Live experts that can do your taxes for you in as little as a day. And they can do that either virtually or in person.
Thanks for joining me this morning, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
Spring is here, and it's a great time to enjoy the warmer weather with a family and friends get together. If you're thinking about switching up your menu for the season, Angela King has some simple food and wine tips to help make it extra special. Here's more.
Spring graduations, warm weather holidays, or maybe even an impromptu backyard barbecue. Whatever the festive occasion, you want the food to be delicious and the wine to enhance the dish, says the experts at Saint Francis Winery and Vineyards in Sonoma County, California.
Wines are meant to enhance your meal and not add stress, especially in the spring when fresh flavors really take center stage. A good rule of thumb is that light chillable whites and Pinot Noir pair well with seasonal ingredients, while fuller-bodied wines work best with heartier dishes. But in the end, the best pairing is what you enjoy the most.
As a chef, the first thing I consider when putting together a meal is what season I'm in. So I try not to overthink it. I try to keep it simple and let the flavors of the vegetables, the proteins dictate the plate. It's been instilled in me since the beginning of my career. Fresh legumes or greens from the garden scream spring to me, and I love to let those flavors sing on the plate.
Winemaker Katie Madigan and executive chef Peter Janiak with St. Francis Winery and Vineyards share their expertise with recipes for spring pairings, also found on the website.
Fresh peas in the English pea hummus with lemon creme fraiche highlight the crisp acidity of our Sauvignon Blanc from Sonoma County. The acidity complements the citrus notes in the hummus, while the richness of the dish instills a creamier mouthfeel to the wine. The puree of potato soup is a classic pairing with Chardonnay. The delicate richness of spring potatoes provides the perfect complement to our Sonoma County Chardonnay. The soup's creamy texture is balanced by the wine's acidity. And for our king salmon with mushroom and orzo salad, the richness of king salmon pairs beautifully with our Sonoma County Pinot Noir. The earthy mushrooms and fresh spring radishes add depth and crunch to the pairing.
To find certified, sustainable wines from St. Francis Winery and Vineyards near you, visit stfranciswinery.com.
We all know SUVs kind of dominate the road these days, but is bigger always a better idea? Sedans used to be the go-to choice for drivers, and despite the rise of crossovers, they still have some major perks: better fuel efficiency, smoother handling, and often a lower price tag. So are sedans looking to make a comeback? Here with the inside scoop is James Bell. He's the head of corporate communications at Kia America, and we want to welcome him back to the show. Well, James, how are you, my friend?
I'm here to talk cars and have a laugh. It's a good day.
Hey, I'm always happy to have you here with us. And some people say that sedans is like the thing of the past, like the station wagon. Do you feel like sedans will ever go out of fashion completely?
Well, if you go to a Ford dealer or a Chevrolet dealer, the answer is yes, because they've abandoned that space some time ago. The only place you'll find them is in the used car lot. But I don't think it's going away. In fact, I'm so proud of my company, Kia, and a handful of others that have continued to evolve the sedan or family car space. It makes more sense for more American buyers. There's something interesting about the car buying psyche in this country. We immediately think, oh, I need the biggest car I can, the most power I can, the most inefficient thing I can find. That's, because I might load up my car with 6 of my best friends and camping equipment and go to the top of a mountain. You're probably not doing that very often, if at all. And that's why I think a sedan is such a great choice that really needs to be kind of re-explored, because when you really are honest with how you're going to use the machine, a sedan's a better choice.
With SUVs and crossovers being so popular, why should someone consider a sedan pretty much instead?
I think one part that I've been thinking about this today is safety. And what I mean by that is, if you're in a crossover, an SUV, it's going to be heavier. It's not going to be as agile and something more sporty like this Kia K4. So let's say, heaven forbid, a ladder falls out of the truck ahead of you. If you're in a crossover, you probably won't be able to avoid that. Whereas with a sedan, because you're lower, lighter weight, more aerodynamic, a little more tighter steering and suspension, you can avoid those moments. And because it's lighter weight, more aerodynamic, all the things that I just mentioned, it's going to be more fuel efficient. And the idea of buying a vehicle that has all that extra steel and glass and extra seats that you're rarely using is just not very smart. So there's a lot of good reasons to consider a sedan if that best meets your family's needs. If you need that extra space, please carry on. We Kia, we sell about 70% of our cars are crossovers and SUVs. So we like that business too, but we're just saying have some choices. And that's why a Kia K4 is a good idea.
So are there any new sedans on the market that kind of stand out in terms of style, performance, or even tech?
Yeah, I think, because sedans are a little bit more rare, a little more unique, it allows manufacturers to do some interesting things from a design perspective. So the K4 is a great choice for that. The K5, which is our slightly larger mid-size sedan, is another good choice. But, my partners over at Hyundai have some amazing sedans to look at. So it might take a little bit more work. You can't just pop into the dealership closest to you, especially if it's Ford or Chevrolet. But definitely there's some interesting choices. And again, I think they all allow you to personalize a little bit more than a crossover and SUV would.
So what should buyers be keeping in mind when they're deciding between a sedan and maybe an SUV?
Super simple. Take a good, candid, hard look at your life. Are you by yourself in the car most of the time, driving to and from work or to school or something? Or maybe a small family with one or two kids in the back. If you really stand back and say, what am I doing with this car? What on a 99% basis, I think a sedan's going to kind of boil the top pretty simple. Now, again, we love SUVs and crossovers. We're not trying to talk you out of it, but find the vehicle that best meets your family's needs. That's something you're going to be proud and happy to own for many years to come.
I like it. It's life lessons with James Bell.
Yes, imagine that.
Let's take a long look at your life and choose the vehicle that's right for you. James, it's always great to have you on the show. Where can we go for more information and probably get a peek at some of the new Kia sedans?
Yeah, well, that'd be easy. Please go to kia.com. We've got a lot of great information there. A sneak peek of what we're going to show on the sedan side at the New York Auto Show next month. And I also love places like Kelley Blue Book or Edmunds.com. That third-party analysis is very helpful.
James Bell, thanks for joining me again this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You ever feel like smartphones are changing almost every time we blink? Well, there's probably a reason for it. And Apple has got something exciting up its sleeve, and it might be your next upgrade. Today, we're talking about the all-new iPhone 16e, packed with powerful features, a sleek design, and, a heck of a lot more. So today, we're joined by two people. We got Francesca Sweet. She's the director of iPhone product marketing, and Jahmyrah Austin from Apple retail team. They're here with the latest on this iPhone 16e and some helpful tips for anyone that is looking to upgrade. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Great. Well, love the energy. Thanks for having us.
Hey, it's iPhones. I'm excited. And anytime there's like a new iPhone, I'm like, okay, what's going on now? How can I use this? I just upgraded mine to the Pro Max. I just love all the camera features. I use it all the time for television. So it's not just a thing that I throw in my pocket. It's kind of like my personal studio. And it's weird to say that a cell phone has become a TV studio that I use all the time. So, Francesca, let's start with you. Can you tell us about this new iPhone 16e and some of your favorite features, I guess?
Sure. We're so excited to introduce the iPhone 16e, and it completes the iPhone 16 family as a powerful and more affordable option. It's powered by our latest generation chip, the A18, which is going to give you fast and smooth performance, Apple Intelligence, and it's super efficient. So you're going to get incredible battery life, the best battery life of any of our 6.1-inch models. It features a really durable but beautiful design, and it has ceramic shield and water and dust resistance, so it can handle whatever life throws at you. It does have our action button, so you can very simply and easily access different features like visual intelligence so that you can learn more about the world around you. And we all love the cameras. So this has our 48 megapixel fusion camera, which has a built-in 2x telephoto. So you have kind of two cameras in one. And we have some amazing satellite features. So if you find yourself outside of Wi-Fi or cellular coverage, you can still contact emergency services or text with your friends and give you that peace of mind. So iPhone 16e packs amazing features, and you get that iPhone 16 experience at an affordable price.
So how does this new model compare to the iPhone from like a couple years back?
Yeah, you're going to get so many amazing features. It packs a ton of value. So everything from the incredible battery life, Apple Intelligence, great camera system, you're really going to have everything that you need, and you're going to feel that difference every day. So even for battery life, for example, we all know that we love that. You're going to be able to get up to 6 hours more in your battery in your day for, say, if you're coming from an iPhone 11. So you're really going to feel that difference in what you do every day, which is great for those that are new to iPhone or those that are upgrading and want the latest.
So you mentioned Apple Intelligence, and that's pretty much like a fancy way to say Apple or AI using Apple instead of the A. Can you explain these innovations and how it's going to benefit, or this AI is going to benefit its users?
Sure. iPhone 16e is built with Apple Intelligence in mind. And so it's going to unlock so many amazing experiences that help boost your productivity or allow you to express yourself creatively. And we've done this while taking an extraordinary leap forward for privacy. And so, for example, in our Photos app, we have the cleanup tool where you can just very easily eliminate these distracting elements in your image. We have image playgrounds, which allows you to express yourself creatively with unique and fun images. Or if you're just trying to text your friends and you're looking for that perfect emoji, you can just describe it right in the keyboard and come up with a Genboji. We have writing tools that allow you to have more dynamic writing. And Siri has even more context, so you can ask it follow-up questions, or you can ask it questions about the product, which is great for those that are new to iPhone. And all of this is done in a really privacy-protecting way. So many of the models run on device. And if we need to extend into the private cloud compute, we do that in a privacy protecting way. So you get this really performant and powerful yet privacy protecting experience.
Do you guys have a way to stop the heartbreaking memories of exes and stuff like that popping up in the little stories that it provides for you? So I'm like, that was a great vacation. Now I'm depressed for an hour. Sorry, guys. All right, let's talk a trade-in for people who have older iPhones. How do people take advantage of Apple's trade-in program?
It's an excellent question. So if you are ready to upgrade, we have several trade-in offers that make it easier than ever to become an Apple owner. The Apple trade-in program, it's quick and it's simple. Customers right now can receive $120 in credit when they're trading in an iPhone 11 towards that new iPhone 16e. And with a carrier offer, customers can now get up to $599 in credit. And whether you're upgrading through a carrier offer or you're taking advantage of trade-in, we can support you in our stores, getting you all set up on your new device. And then once you are set up, you can come back and join us for a free Today at Apple session. We can teach you more about how to take great photos, videos, and use iPhone for your everyday life.
And finally, for somebody that's trying to upgrade from an older model or maybe switching to a brand new iPhone altogether, how do you kind of help them transfer their data and maybe get them set up for the first time?
Yeah, if it's been a few years since you've last upgraded to a new iPhone, we've made it so much easier to transfer all of your data. There's a few key ways that you can do this. The first way I'd say is to come into a store. We have incredible specialists who can help you seamlessly transfer all of your data from your current device onto your new device. We also have support for you online, just in case you don't have an Apple store nearby. So you can come to apple.com. You can go to the Apple Store app. We've got really easy steps that you can follow to transfer all your data and get your new phone activated. And then if you are moving to iPhone for the very first time, well, first I'll say welcome to the family. But the Move to iOS app is going to be your best resource. That's a great app that can help you securely transfer all of the data on your Android device onto your new iPhone. And that's everything, right? Like contacts, messages, emails, calendar events, WhatsApp content, you name it. So the Move to iOS app is available for free and can be downloaded in the Google Play Store. And if you have been waiting to switch to iPhone, now there's no excuse. It's easier than ever right now.
Francesca, Jahmyrah, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information?
I would say come see us in store at your local Apple store, or definitely please check us out online at apple.com.
Well, thank you, too, for joining me this morning, my friends.
Thanks for having us.
Dan.
Spring is right around the corner, and if your backyard is looking more winter wreck than spring oasis, it's time to freshen things up. From clearing build-up grime to easy DIY upgrades, getting your outdoor space really doesn't have to be such a hassle. So today we have TV host and expert craftsman Mr. Chip Wade. He's here to show his top tips for prepping your yard for spring fast, affordable, and even stress-free. Welcome to the show, Chip. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Okay, when we start tackling our outdoor spring cleaning, what are the first and most important steps to getting our backyard ready, I guess?
You know, what I like to do is to just start with a clean slate, which means cleaning off that grime you were just talking about. You know, everything over the winter gets covered with like this weird kind of blackish brown dusty coating that just coats everything. So I like having a versatile cleaner that's easy to apply that just brings that off. I actually found one from 30 Seconds Cleaning called Outdoor Cleaner. This stuff is incredible. You simply hook the hose to the back of it, apply the cleaner, turn the nozzle, it starts to rinse. Immediately, all that grime just falls off. It's everything from planters to your siding to outdoor furniture and hardscape, you name it. It's just so fun to watch it happen before your eyes. It's a great family activity as well. Get the kids out there. They're going to fight over who gets to do it because it's so fun. And again, it gets everybody out there. And it just is, it increases our motivation because the results are so beautiful.
Someone just stole my pressure washer from my backyard a couple of weeks ago, but that looks like that could make up for it. So
yeah, you don't need, that's the whole thing. You don't even need the pressure washer. You just hook it up to the hose. You don't need the pressure because the cleaner does it all.
That sounds awesome. All right, do you have any hacks that make like a big difference without really that big of a budget?
100%. One is getting the right tool for making sure that our lawns are tailored and trimmed up accurately. So you probably have a string trimmer or use one on a regular basis, but not a lot of people actually have a blade edger. This looks like a string trimmer, but it uses a blade like this that fits in. It goes deeper into the soil and creates that nice vertical tailored edge between your turf and your beds or your hardscape in your driveway. It's like that difference with what makes an okay yard look amazing. This is the magic sauce there. And again, you don't even have to have super thick grass to make it look fantastic.
What about some like outdoor trends? Is there anything that we should keep an eye on this year?
Yeah, so a lot of the materials are becoming much smarter and multi-purpose. A lot of the decking options are getting way better. This is actually a version that has something called Cool Deck technology built right into the composite, which basically, if you've got a deck that's out in the sun where it gets so hot you'd never want to walk across it with bare feet, now you can do that with this technology. So it allows you to utilize some of these spaces more effectively. There's even some really cool outdoor LED permanent house lighting that's a DIY install. You simply can stretch these out, install them on the eaves or the overhangs or the porches. They have a nice warm or cool white light for normal architectural every day, but then you can just change the color with your cell phone. In case you're having a party, it's the holidays, or you have a baby shower at the house, turn it pink or turn it blue, set the mood, super fun, but an easy install you can do yourself.
Heck yeah, 'tis the season to get things set up for next year. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
What are some of your go-to products for like cleaning or refreshing some of those outdoor spots?
You know, you got to have a leaf blower that's going to get the job done. So don't tinker around and play with the least common multiple option that you can get. Get one that is actually maybe a little bit more powerful than you think you need. You will not be disappointed. So whether it's a handheld like this or even some backpack options, you don't have to get gas anymore. The battery-powered units are every bit as powerful, and they're much more quiet with no maintenance. Really, really great. And I like to have two backpack blowers. When you're cleaning your yard, having two people coming from different angles is so much more efficient than trying to do it all yourself. So that's a big one. And also now is the time to get a good window and screen cleaner to clean all that glass, because it won't be but a few weeks from now when the sun is higher in the sky, you're going to see just how dirty all the glass is over the winter. Now's the perfect time to clean it.
Hey, Chip, is there anything else you got on the plate, or where can we go for more information?
You know, all of these products, from the 30-second cleaners to the power tools, you can find at your local Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, even Walmart. And of course, if you want more tips or ideas on projects, I've got tons of stuff on my website at chipwade.com.
Chip Wade, you're the man. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Nobody loves tax season. Well, maybe some accountants and that guy Sheldon Cooper, but it's not just about filing paperwork. It's a perfect chance to like plug those budget leaks and make your money work for you. A recent survey found that 70% of Americans regret how they spent their money last year, and I am one of them. I did a very bad job spending my money. So let's try to fix that for 2025. And joining me today is Jeanette, Kaplun, founder and CEO of Hispana Global, who's here to share how prepping your taxes can actually help you save all year long. Welcome to the show, Jeanette. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, let's change what happened last year. Let's make a difference this year.
All right. So what are some of the 3 things that we should keep an eye on when going through our taxes that could pretty much help us save a little bit of money?
Well, the first tip is to be as organized as possible. Keep track of all those business-related expenses or side hustle-related expenses like car mileage, office supplies, internet costs. Also, take advantage of all possible deductions and credits, especially if you're a parent, and make sure to file on time. If you need extra time and you're not going to meet the deadline, please file an extension to avoid all those penalties and late fees.
And we have all the subscriptions that we forgot about, streaming apps, memberships. How can we make sure that we're not paying for things that we don't actually need anymore?
Well, the first thing is to really review all of those online and offline subscriptions that keep auto-renewing themselves, and you're spending so much money on things that you even forgot about. Also, if you have kids sharing any accounts, please make sure to track all those in-app purchases. And if you're signing up for a free trial, I have a tip for you. Always add the end by or the renewal date in your calendar, so that way you'll stop it and you're not surprised in the end by paying each week, each month, or each year for something that you're not using anymore.
And it's also kind of a great time to hunt for deals. What are some of these like budget-friendly moves that we could kind of make right now?
Well, if you're also worried about auto-renewing contracts, I have a great solution for you. Just check out Now by Xfinity. They have pay-as-you-go mobile, internet, and streaming services. The great thing is that you're not tied into an annual contract, right? It's all month to month without a credit check, so it's super easy. And signing up is really a breeze, either online or at your local Xfinity store. And when you sign up for internet, you'll receive everything you need in a single box. You just plug it in and activate it using the Xfinity app. Super, super easy. And now internet starts at just $30 per month, and that's all in, equipment included. And if you're interested in mobile service as well, you can sign up for both internet and mobile for just $55 per month. No annual contract, no hidden fees. That's what you pay. Amazing. And also, if you're into streaming, Now has 3 different streaming services. It has Now TV, Now TV Latino, and Now Stream Saver. So you bundle everything up and you'll end up saving so much money.
And if we're lucky enough to get a tax refund, what is one of the smartest way to use that money so that it actually lasts?
Well, a lot of people don't realize, but interest rates are still quite high. So the smartest thing you can do is really to pay off any debt. And if you have any money left over after that, well, then you can think about investing in yourself, in your health, and improving your skills, or, which is a smart move, put all that money into a high yield savings account. So that way you can make a little interest on that money and it's easily accessible.
And for those of us that want more tips on stretching their budget, where can they go for more information?
You can go to xfinity.com/now for more information.
Jeanette Kaplun, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
And that's it for Rise and Unwind. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. If you actually want to be on the show, go to our website, riseunwindtv.com. Fill out the form, send us your info. Maybe we'll be talking on a future episode. Also, make sure you follow us, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's at Rise Unwind TV. And until next week, that was Rise and Unwind.